Bitcoin has officially struck 60K. I've been calling this on my channel for a while, and this should come as no surprise. There's three main reasons why we have been tanking. Number one, strategy has officially sold BTC for the first time in nearly 4 years. This is a shock to everybody as nobody was expecting this. We've had 1.76 billion in leverage liquidated in less than 24 hours. Secondly, the market is now pricing in a 68.8% probability of a zero Fed rate cuts in 2026. And finally, as of this week, Iran says negotiations have fallen apart completely, seizing all messaging channels with the US following the new US strike on commercial vessels in southern Iran and the ongoing Israeli military's invasions of southern Lebanon. Now, in this video, I'll be showing you exactly what I'll be looking at and where I'm expecting BTC to head next. Now, straight onto the charts on the weekly time frame, what we can see, we've officially struck that 60K region. Where am I looking next? You guys already know. 50K is my next target. As we progress within this area, we already know what we should be doing. I will be dollar cost averaging on BTC, on Ethereum, and the coins that I've been mentioning on this channel for a while. That includes virtuals, game, algo, and a couple of other coins. If you're interested in the coins that I will be buying, drop a comment below. I'll make a separate video on the coins that I will specifically be buying. Now, if I zoom right out and we look at where we were heading in the previous bear cycles, look at the drop from the highs to the lows. Look at the percentage, 84% drop. Look at this percentage down here back in 2021, 77%. Now, if we look at where we've been tanking from these highs to these lows, we've had a drop currently of only 53%. As we get to the 50K regions, that's 61%. Now, if we was to take at least 70%, we're looking below 40,000 on BTC. Now, there is a possibility that we can get there. However, I know I am looking at these areas down here between 50 to 60K based on the ICT strategy. And I'll show you exactly why I'll be looking into those regions. Now, coming on the daily time frame, before I go into the daily time frame, what I'd like to show you guys is how I predicted BTC to 60K. Now, what you can see down here is a market maker sell model. We have an original consolidation down here. So we have a swing point down here and price fails to take out these lows. And as we progress, we're creating higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. And down here, this is our expectations of price to reverse. Now, how do we know price is going to reverse from here? Well, we don't until we officially get a break of market structure down here and we have a failure point. Price doesn't come back up and take out these highs down here. Therefore, as this happens, we already know that this is a possibility now. We are in a market maker sell model. As we get the move down, we get the break of market structure. We have our first entry down here as a risk entry. We have a second entry down here as our reduced risk entry. This is a risk entry because we haven't officially moved up and taken out these highs, and we don't know if price will come up and take out these highs. Therefore, this is your risk entry. As we get another break of market structure to the downside, we confirm that this is a swing failure point to the upside. Therefore, this is our new lower high. Therefore, we're looking for price to come back into a key area and we'll take a reduced risk entry to the downside. Now, in terms of targets, and this is how I called the 60K on BTC. Where am I looking? I'm looking at the original consolidation down here. Therefore, now if you go into the charts and look at BTC and how this has been performing on the daily time frame, original consolidation down here. Here's your buy side of the curve. We had, if we zoom right into this now, we had this high down here. Price comes down and comes up. We didn't take out this high down here. We come down, we create a break of market structure. Entry number one is down here as your risk entry. Now, as price comes down, we create another high down here. Although a bit messy, we do create another high down here. This is your entry number two to the downside. We had two very, very easy opportunities on the higher time frame to take a short on BTC. Where are our targets? Here's your original consolidation. This is where I am targeting. I am targeting the 60K. Now, that's how I called out BTC to the downside. And it's super, super simple. You don't even need to go on the lower time frame to take these types of entries. This is a swing trade type of entry based on the ICT strategy. Not many people are talking about the ICT strategy using swing entries, and I take swing entries based on the ICT strategy. Now, for those who are not in a position right now, where can we be looking to enter into a position, whether it's to the upside or downside? Well, another type of entry that I've taken already to the upside is a swing failure point entry. And what do I mean by that? Now, these are your higher risk entries. Essentially, we were looking at the 60K region. So we're expecting price to come in there, and price exactly did that. And what we were expecting is to have a aggressive bounce to the upside. Now, there's two ways that you could do this. You can take an entry based on the 60K and just place your entry order there, a limit order, and as soon as price moves up, you move your stop loss to break even. That's exactly what I did. Or if you wanted to, you can go on the lower time frames. Now, if you jump onto the 5-minute time frame, for example, what you would like to see, firstly, is a move like this. So take your entry on the 60K and we'll get a move to the upside, an aggressive move like this to the upside. Or what we can do is once we get the aggressive move to the upside, wait for price to come and take out these lows down here. Now, this is more of a safer entry, although still high risk, is once we take out these lows down here, we look for a aggressive move to the upside again. So we can take a move based on this. Entry would have likely been around 60,300, or you could have gone slightly lower. And your stop loss, you can have an aggressive stop loss as this is a scalp position just down here, or you can have a bit of a wider stop loss around 58,000. As soon as price moves up, you move your stop loss to break even. Both of these are your scalp type of entries, and you want to be very, very aggressive with these types of entries. Now, coming onto the daily time frame, I am expecting overall bearish price action to the downside, at least to 50K, if not lower. Now, if price is going to reverse, it will reverse from around this area. Now, I'm convinced, especially the way that the weekly time frame is looking right now, I'm convinced that if we close like this, we're likely going to continue moving to the downside because of how aggressive this weekly candle is. Now, if we do get a bounce from this area, where am I expecting BTC to go? Well, we can mark on our key PDAs to the downside. Now, if we take our dealing range from the dealing range high down here to this swing point down here, we want to see BTC come into the regions of just below 69,000. What else can we put on? We can put on this fair value gap from these areas here. And we can also put on from this high to this low, our 61.8 level. So we know we want to see BTC come into at least this area down here for a shorting opportunity to the downside on the higher time frame. However, if we go on the 4-hour time frame, if we start seeing price action, so we can see the move to the downside, if we start seeing price action move like this, there's a possibility we will consolidate within this area down here. If we get consolidation, this is a good opportunity for us to enter into some scalp positions, whether it's to the downside or upside, within these consolidation areas. Aggressive moves up and down, quick in and out, moving your stop loss to break even as soon as possible, and taking profit as soon as you can. These are scalp positions, so you want to be very, very careful on how you play these types of positions. Now, last but not least, when we tap into these areas down here, when we tap into the regions between 50 to 60K, and whether we go lower or not, I am not fussed, because if we go lower, that's more of an opportunity for us to buy. And where you want to be looking is the coins that I've been calling on my channel that have asymmetric upside. Most of the altcoins are at all-time lows. As we tap into the 50K region, it's likely that algo will come into the regions of 0.6 or 0.7. Therefore, we would be looking at these areas to buy algo. Ethereum will likely come sub 1.2K, 1.1K, 1,000, and we will be buying Ethereum because we already know where our targets are to the upside. Ethereum to likely 8 to 10K. BTC, if we get the good run on BTC, we would take out these highs. We would take out these highs at 126,000. So that sums up where we currently are in the market right now. Which coins are you watching closely as we approach the 50 to 60K region? As I mentioned to you, Virtuo and Algo, coins that I am stacking up on. Drop a comment below of where your BTC targets are. And if you think I'm wrong, tell me why. I'll see you in the next video.